There used to be a time where everyone was raving on about ETFs. Passive investing became so popular that it overtook active investing. But today, if you talk about investing into ETFs, you're almost looked at as a villain because you are taking away people from the real winners. Now, of course, these winners are from the likes of the tech companies in the S&P 500. For example, SanDisk is up by over 3,527% over the past year. Now, if you had told me a few years ago before I started out investing that it was possible to get more than 50% in a single year, I would have said, dream on. That only happens to the best of companies. But today, we are seeing several companies who are above 1,000 per year. And the internet has completely ate that up. There are new investors, I'm talking about 18-year-olds, who start investing and go straight into stock picking, thinking that, 10% a year of returns is terrible. So in this video, I'm going to be looking at what happened to ETFs and why they are losing in popularity. Now, as always, I'm using the Trading 212 platform. And if you would like to get started with investing on Trading 212 and receive a free fractional share worth up to £100, then all you have to do is to follow the link in the description box down below or scan this QR code appearing on the screen right now. Alternatively, if you've already signed up to Trading 212 over the past 10 days and haven't received your free fractional share, then all you have to do is to press the 3 horizontal line menu over here. Then scroll all the way down until you see the section Use Promo Code. And in this section, just enter the code JUBAIR and you should receive a free fractional share. So these days, there are thousands of ETFs to choose from. And I feel like the word ETF has now been correlated to safe investment. So if you invest into ETFs, you are a safe investor. But that can't be further from the truth. Remember, when you're investing, your capital is always at risk. The value of your portfolio can go down as well as up. ETFs provide one thing that, individual stock picking can't, and that is diversification. But not every ETF is made similarly. You can easily invest into an ETF that is thematic. For example, if you invest into just artificial intelligence, then you aren't really well diversified because you're only investing into companies that deal with AI. So what happens if AI becomes all the norm and becomes really cheap? What are going to happen to the company's profits? Are they really going to make a huge margin? Is the investment going to be paid off? Who knows? It might not, but are you going to take a risk by making your portfolio 100% AI? Now, the same can be said for things like clean energy. Yes, you're not really getting the full diversification because you're just investing into energy companies. Yes, over the past year, it has done well, but that's not the entire story now, is it? Now, there are a purpose for having these ETFs because they could serve as part of your portfolio, but right now, as we go on a tremendous bull run, a lot of investors are forgetting that diversification is very important. They are consolidating their holdings to focus more on what's actually pumping. So currently, it is the AI companies in focus. Here is Micron, another example. You can see over the past year, up by 660%. So why on earth would you want to invest into an ETF that does 30 to 50%, which is frankly tremendously high, by the way, for someone who started investing back in 2021. But anyway, why would you settle for 50% when you can possibly get 660%? Now, the other thing I must say is that when beginners start investing, they don't really understand the compounding process and they compare percentage returns. Now, I have had a comment on one of my videos, so I believe it was a 300% return, and the reply to that was that they have made enough of a return that they would essentially be the S&P 500 for another 30 years to go. Now, on the face of it, it does seem like you can divide 300% by 10 and get 30, but that's not how it works, because in the stock market, what's more important is your annualized returns. Yes, you can get 300% one year, but if you want to continue, what's going to happen is that you're going to have to let time do its thing. And over that time, the 300% may actually decay. And if you know about exponential decay, that's not going to stay 300% and beating the S&P 500 for very long. And when you're exposed to single stocks like Micron, like this, for a very long time, you run the risk of, potential drawbacks or even a stock market crash. So am I telling people to go out and sell off all of their individual stocks and just go into the S&P 500 or an all world? Absolutely not. I am not here to tell anyone what to do with their money. Even an all world comes with a risk, and over the past year, this is the Vanguard FTSE All World, by the way, accumulating. It is up by over 26.5%. Now, if you told me when I started out investing that the Vanguard All World in 2026 would return over 25%, I would probably tell you to lay off what you are having for lunch, because I would not believe you. And in this absolutely crazy market that we're in currently, an ETF provides a return of what an exceptional stock picker, who has been incredibly lucky, by the way, could return in a year, but without the risk of actually investing into individual stocks. Now, I've covered ETFs multiple times on this channel. Something like the Vanguard FTSE All World gives you exposure to tons of countries around the world, including the US, Japan, UK, China, Canada, Taiwan, Switzerland. You can actually check that out for yourself. It gives you exposure over several different sectors, for example, technology, financials, consumer discretionary. Yes, I agree with the fact that you are still heavily weighted towards AI, with Nvidia, Apple, Microsoft, Amazon, Alphabet, Broadcom. Basically, the top 10 is all AI based, at least. And yes, if the AI bubble bursts, which of course is not guaranteed, then yes, you'll see a drop in the FTSE All World, and things might just go back to normal, with a 7% return being pretty good. And back when ETFs were cool and a 10% return was stellar, you could rest easy knowing that you are diversified across different sectors and different regions, and that you aren't clearing your portfolio to only house winners, which could potentially cause you a nightmare in the future. So make sure to check out some of my other videos, and I'll see you in the next video.